what's up? This is Anthony DiClementi with thehealthblueprint.com, and I'm here at Rio Secreto National Park, just outside Playa del Carmen, Mexico, getting ready to go inside. But I wanted to bring you a quick video tip today about GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. By now you've probably heard that GMOs are not good for you, but what the heck are GMOs? Why are they bad? And what can we do about avoiding them so that we can improve our health, energy, look better, feel better, lose weight? GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, are foods that snuck their way into our food supply in the early 90s. They're foods that have been genetically altered in a laboratory. So they've actually had their genes manipulated in order to produce a desired outcome in the crop. Typically, this involves less susceptible to insects, but what we're starting to find is a lot of these modifications, like making them less susceptible to insects, like making them larger, breeding them for size and sweetness, they come with a host of unwanted and dangerous health conditions. These changes that are made to these GMO foods, once we ingest those foods, have been found to also genetically modify our own human genes. And this isn't good. That modification typically means that our genes start to express themselves in a way that is not conducive to improved health, fat loss. The foods that are most commonly genetically modified are corn, soy, and canola oil. If you've seen the movie King Corn, so many of the products that are on the shelves of our grocery stores, particularly processed foods, foods that you would never expect to contain corn or corn derivatives, do. And that corn is almost always genetically modified. The same with soy. A lot of people mistakenly believe that soy is a health food. Soy is not a health food unless it's organic soy and fermented. So most soy-based foods are genetically modified. In fact, 93% of all soy that's produced in the United States is genetically modified. So again, check your labels. Be sure you're avoiding corn, soy, and foods that contain their derivatives. High fructose corn syrup, corn solids, check your labels. Canola oil is also a big genetically modified crop, and it's in a ton of sauces, salad dressings. Check your labels, look for canola oil. If there's a food that you're used to eating, used to buying, and it contains canola oil, avoid it. Some other of the top genetically modified crops are papaya, zucchini, and squash. So keep an eye on those and make sure if you're going to buy those crops, you're buying organic. Which brings me to my next point. How do you avoid GMOs? How do you know you're safe? As of right now in the United States, GMOs don't have to be labeled. So they're in there mixed in with the other non-GMO foods. So how do you know? The only way for you to really know and to protect yourself and your family is to buy certified organic. Now, that can be expensive, I understand this. And to be honest, I don't buy everything organic myself. What I do is I typically focus on buying organic meats because commercial dairy, the beef industry, relies heavily on GMO corn and GMO grains to fatten up their livestock. When that food is fed to these cows and you eat it through red meat, milk, butter, and other forms of commercial dairy, you're still taking in that GMO corn and grain yourself. So you want to avoid that. I usually try to get grass-fed organic beef whenever possible. Trader Joe's has this available in their frozen section. I also buy organic butter from grass-fed cows. Organic Valley is a good brand there. Kerrygold is also a great brand, and they have some butters available. They're not organic, but they are from grass-fed cows, and I do believe it's a very high-quality product. So yeah, that's some steps that you can take right there. When you're choosing what produce to get organic, if you have to pick and choose, typically the foods that you want to buy organic are spinach, kale, romaine, leafy greens, things that are susceptible to pesticides. And then the foods that you can typically get away with not buying organic are foods that have a thick protective skin that you peel off before you eat an avocado, for example. You want to make sure that you're avoiding those highly likely GMO fruits and vegetables I mentioned earlier, your papaya, your zucchini, and your squash. Hopefully you enjoyed today's tip. Avoid GMOs. Pick and choose the foods that you buy organic. Stay away from the corn, the soy, the canola oils. So one other thing about GMOs, a reason that you want to avoid them is because consumption of GMO foods, like we mentioned, corn, soy, and canola oil, has been linked with a lot of degenerative diseases. Conditions like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, MS, Crohn's, colitis, IBS. There's a lot of evidence to link these to the consumption of GMOs. So a recent GMO feeding study that was done in France found that rats fed GMO corn, they became obese, So GMOs are also linked to obesity, and they developed grotesque tumors, cancerous tumors all over their bodies. So another reason you want to avoid these dangerous GMOs is because they've been linked to obesity, they've been linked to degenerative conditions, and cancer. I'm Anthony DiClemente. For more information like this, head over to www.thehealthblueprint.com, sign up for our free newsletter, and if you've enjoyed the information I've shared today, pick up a copy of the program. There's a lot more value-packed information in there that will help you look better, feel better, perform better, all while still enjoying your favorite foods and alcohol, and without having to do any exercise if you don't want to. Of course, if you choose to exercise, it will only enhance your results. I'm Anthony DiClemente. Thank you for your time.